The Fall of Ruqqus. Disclaimer. By nature of this being a personal recollection of events, this will most likely be biased on my part, not to mention my bias towards users and groups. For the purpose of this documentary, I'll try to be unbiased where possible in my opinion of the downfall of Ruqqus. Also, another necessary disclaimer. Please do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. The purpose of this video is for a public educational archive and putting my opinion out there. I would also like to say, I'm not perfect. I'm not pretending to be perfect, nor an example of someone perfect. I'm a flawed individual, like many others. That being said, I admit I've been petty over a lot of Ruqqus stuff and participated in trolling post-ban. The beginning. Ruqqus was founded by Captain Metaphor, also known publicly as Adam Ladine, Adkek, and Architect in July 2019. All three are currently site administrators on Ruqqus. At some point, in at least July 2020, the Ruqqus Discord was founded. Being currently banned from the Ruqqus Discord, I cannot independently verify when it was created. My arrival to Ruqqus. On August 15th, 2020, I joined Ruqqus for the first time. In my opinion, a few months after my arrival was arguably the peak of the site in October, based on my time in Ruqqus. I personally believe everything got worse after the Cyan 321 controversy that started on November 30th. When I arrived at Ruqqus, I was under the impression it was essentially a Reddit alternative, but without censorship and free speech as it advertised on the About page. I forgot how I came across Ruqqus in the first place though. By the time I arrived to Ruqqus, the servers having trouble in the summer of 2020 had subsided. I became an active poster on Ruqqus, creating prominent guilds such as Global Homo War and Against Trans. I mostly posted political memes and content starting out on Ruqqus. It was when I discovered the memery on Ruqqus in late November with the Cyan 321 controversy, previously not joined the memery up until that point, that Ruqqus became more of an icon of drama to me. The Ruqqus Corrective Project, (RCP). The Ruqqus Corrective Project, which will be referred to as the RCP from now on, was and still is an organization of users on Ruqqus conspiring on Discord in a server of the same name. Focused on the targeted harassment of users they want to silence or off the platform, the RCP engages in various methods, going after users such as myself, @Milkit, and @Extract, and others. In my opinion, the RCP has been one of the biggest factors and contributors to the downfall of Ruqqus. I've talked about the RCP at length elsewhere on Ruqqus, so I won't get into it much here. I'll have some links to relevant archives of the RCP on screen for educational purposes. As a listener, what you essentially need to understand is that the RCP has been working to subvert and destroy Ruqqus as a platform. The RCP functions similarly to the Against Hate subreddits, AHS for short, on Reddit as far as the tactics they use. At one point, they even recruited Adkek in their trolling operations in the original RCP server. Beyond just having Adkek on the RCP side, the RCP has been working closely with the admins to roll out changes increasing censorship on the platform. Start of the End of Ruqqus. In my opinion, the most pivotal point of the start of the End of Ruqqus was the now infamous 2.27 category shadow ban update. As a short summary of why 2.27 was such a pivotal update, the admins admitted they were going to shadow ban guilds that will not choose a category for whatever reason. I raised a huge alarm at this notion with Ruqqus being a censorship-free platform, yet the admins are rolling out the shadow banning of guilds. The admins later course-corrected with 2 more category updates, most likely after the backlash, but even after they still continued their censorship in other forms, notably with category locking. 2.29.3 and 2.29.6 were the 2 category updates that fixed the shadow banning of guilds. Some argue the site admins, particularly Captain Metaphor, changed the most once Ruqqus got mainstream attention from a CBS article. It's argued that mainstream attention made Captain Metaphor focus on making Ruqqus as palatable as possible for the normies and newcomers arriving. That's one of the arguments for why the admins started implementing more censorship. My ban. I was officially banned on January 1st, 2021 from Ruqqus permanently. What a great way to start off the new year. I was banned for 2 posts where I openly criticized the admins for their double standard enforcement of the Ruqqus terms of service for the 2 users users at Carpathian Florist and at Clenvastergan. The Fall. As far as the Fall of Ruqqus, my opinion ties in more here. Mind you, when I say admins, I mean Captain Metaphor and Keck. Because, to my knowledge, Architect has not been on the side of censorship on Ruqqus, whether it be due to being a laissez-faire admin, or simply being behind the scenes too much to tell anyways to the general public. With continuation of thriving censorship and the abandonment of free speech from the administrators on Ruqqus, it's clear Ruqqus never will be a free speech platform, nor arguably ever was. Ruqqus' founding principles of free speech and no censorship are lost to the sands of time. It's an insult to the principles Ruqqus was founded on for it to falsely advertise and advocate free speech and no censorship on a platform that flips its about page, purporting such principles on its head. Ruqqus will fall by its own hand. Captain Metaphor and Keck are undeniably the perpetrators of the murder and decay of their own platform. It feels like almost every day we see a notable user get permanently banned on the site for a petty reason. Every day more users choose to delete their accounts because of the admin's actions. All of this could have been prevented if the admins chose to enforce the Ruqqus terms of service equally and uphold their founding principles. But the admins choose time and time again to inflame the situation on Ruqqus. Abuse, neglect, deflection, lies, hypocrisy, censorship, etc., all commonplace to the admins. The admin's relentless inflammation of Ruqqus is what will ultimately lead to its death. It doesn't matter how many users join the site at any given time. Eventually the admins will slip and flare up again. It's only a matter of time. No matter what the admins do, they're almost always under scrutiny by the user base for their failures and rightfully criticized. And while they may ban their critics in a short-handed attempt to silence them, the criticism will only build up more and more. Their refusal to answer questions will be the rallying cry of the masses of Ruqqus to continue to voice their grievances. Truth. It's the one thing the admins can't escape. No matter what happens, the admins are almost always being exposed for what they are. Frauds. Without a doubt, the admins are the biggest frauds of advocates for free speech on Ruqqus that possibly ever existed. The fall of Ruqqus is not due to the user base, nor even the RCP. It is solely pinned to the failure and lack of merit the admins share to uphold a site based in free speech. Addendum. My leave of Ruqqus. I officially managed to delete my main Ruqqus account at Zigbar68 on December 17th, 2021. Due to a bug in the system with alternate accounts, my permanent ban was overridden by the system account at Ruqqus and replaced with a one-day temporary ban. For the record, as of December 17th, 2021, it wasn't possible to delete one's Ruqqus account if one was banned. Due to this glitch, I was unbanned on Ruqqus and finally deleting my main account and put it to rest. I now join my other fallen comrades, plastering deleted account in every one of my posts, comments, and even moderation logs. Closing remarks. I hold nothing but scorn and contempt for the admins at Captain Metaphor and at Keck on Ruqqus. They are liars and frauds. Ruqqus will never be a free speech platform, and perhaps never was. Ruqqus is dragging free speech through the mud, lowering the bar to where even despots would be considered supporting free speech by Ruqqus' standards. To Ruqqus, I say, good riddance. Ruqqus is a stain and a fraud on the internet purporting to be a bastion of free speech. It's nothing more than a Porple MC clone that'll most likely die off before the end of 2021, and before the admins can see through their egotistical delusion. As a closer to this video, here's what my friend Ayanami on Ruqqus had to say.
I don't know if this part of the video is going to be at the beginning or the end, so I'm just going to assume both, so that way I'm not wrong. You may know me and my voice by many aliases online. My real name, which is very easy to find, Sinuko Sayori. Or, the subject of today's video, Ayanami on Ruqqus. Ruqqus is a website built on false promises. It's advertised as a website that allows anyone to express complete freedom of speech within legal limits. However, the actions of the lead admin, Adam Ledeen, puts that advertising into question, as he has done things that have completely destroyed the user base's trust in him alongside colluding with preferred members of Ruckus on a Discord server to make everyone else's experience an unpleasant one. And when you call him out on it, he resorts by banning you from all guilty runs. Now, I have plenty of things to say about Ruckus, but I won't ramble on about it. If you want those types of ramblings, you can find me on poll or on stream shit talking Ruckus every once in a while.